is it really truly possible to fall out of love with someone? And if you are watching this, you probably have just separated or broken up or divorced with your partner. So my heart goes out to you if you are experiencing this. I know that it is a very difficult time. And those thoughts come up, right? And some of those thoughts are probably going, can I fall out of love with this person because it's just so hurtful? It's just so heartbreaking, right? And so today I'll give you my take as to whether or not you can actually fall out of love with someone. And so when you think about this question, right? Falling out of love, what does that even mean? What do you mean by falling out of love? Like romantic love, I am assuming. Because when you think about this question and truly and what love comes in different formats, right? There's the platonic love that we share with our friends and family, right? There's the romantic love, right? There's the parental love. There's the love for your children, or if you have grandchildren, there's the love you have for your boss or your employees. It could really mean different things, right? So can you fall out of love with your ex-partner? Sure, right? But you can you can fall out of romantic love for that person, right? Because once you're able to process and then peacefully move on and start living your life without that person, eventually that emotional charge or that whatever you describe as love and attachment to that person will evolve over time and will shift the more you live your life without that person. So it is possible to fall out of romantic love for that person. Now, can you completely fall out of love with them? That's really up to you, right? That is really up to you and what you perceive it to be, right? I've separated with my partner and I will have some sort of love for him, right? Maybe not the romantic love anymore, but sort of like a compassionate love for being a big part of my life in my 20s, right? And so that is that is one way of looking at it, because like I said, any platonic love can be there, right? And it is really just up to you as to how you define this, right? How you define love. And so is it possible to completely fall out of love? No. If you want to keep some sort of attachment to that person, if you are someone who wants to remain amicable, or if you're co-parenting, right? Do you have to love the person? No. But again, what is love to you, right? Only you get to define this. And so in this video is just to encourage you to really define what you mean by falling out of love. What does that look like? Because as humans, we say things, right? As humans, we say things, and sometimes we don't really allow ourselves to learn what the true meaning is. And if you want to live a meaningful life afterwards, you get to do this work of defining what it really and truly means to you, right? Get clear on what you want, what you desire. Do you want to give love to this person, right? And that's a choice that's up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. So you get to answer this question. Is it possible? Yes. Is it not possible? Yes. Right? It's both. The answer is always both, based on what you want, what your desires are. And that gets to be a powerful thing. You get to find meaning in that, right? And I know that this is a bit difficult to hear at first, but it is your life. It is your perception of that old relationship is something that you will live with, not everyone else's, right? So when you're answering this question, or when you're thinking about this, make sure that the answers that you're coming up with is your own answers. It doesn't matter what your friends say. It doesn't matter what your family says, right? Because you were in that relationship, you and him, right? Or you and her, you and that person were in that relationship. You got to experience that relationship and that love uniquely, right? No one else can take that away from you. Those experiences have been ingrained in your mind. So you get to define what that looks like. You get to define whether or not you want to keep some love, right? You get to define how long you want to keep that. You get to define and say, no, fuck that. I don't want to give that person anything at all because they've hurt me so much. That's up to you. That's your choice. And you can always change your mind too, right? That's the best thing about it. So in this video, really, I'm just encouraging you to expand how you think of the situation, expand how you feel about the situation. Because this type of question is, I know that it's coming from a place of hurt, right? Which is what you are at this time. So that's definitely valid. I hear you. But at the same time, how you can definitely peacefully move on is asking yourself a better question. How do I want to feel when I think about this relationship moving forward? How do I want to feel when I move on? What needs to happen for me to peacefully move on? Those are the questions that you want to ask yourself, because it's more empowering, right? It's more solution focused. It's going to make you live your life better, more in a more meaningful fashion. You will live a more fulfilling and meaningful life once you start thinking and asking yourself these more expansive questions, instead of taking an easy way out and just say, I just want to fall out of it, right? Because unfortunately, that's not really 100% possible, right? So I hope this helps. Leave a comment below if you have any questions, and I will see you soon.